Thank you very much for joining me. How you been? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Steve Rannazzisi. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. Steve Rannazzisi. Lit. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. Steve Rannazzisi. What's the odds? 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 What's
so much Game of Thrones.
Yeah, love that fade in. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to What's the Odds? Steve Rannazzisi is Skyping in from Ireland with
Ireland.
Oh, Dublin?
Well,
Where are you?
Scotland, you
Scotland.
dummy. Edinburgh, Scotland.
Wherever they had the British Open this year.
Kingdom.
That's where Steve is right now. No back. He's back,
where
but
I
he
am right
has
now.
no back. Scotland.
Edinburgh's in Scotland. My back is bothering me badly. It's kind of the worst city. It's a great walking city, and it's the worst injury to have in a walking city. I'm like the perfect amount of distance from the shows. I'm like 20 minutes away. It's a great walk. Everything's fucking cobblestone, though. So I'm like, I have to like watch every step. I walk like I have a duty in my pants at all times. Like there's a big load in my pants, and I'm just a tourist rushing back to get back to my hotel to clean my panties. It's horrible.
So do you think this is helping or hurting your odds to win the half marathon?
Oh, it's hurting the odds.
Odds cannot be good right now for you.
I'm definitely the long shot, I would say, at this point. But that's what makes great stories, right?
Well, like that.
That what
did
makes
you see the story of the Browns kick
the
returner?
comeback. Yeah.
Dude, it was incredible.
No, what happened to the Browns? No,
You
what are
haven't
talking
heard about this guy? He's got a really funky, awesome
heard.
name.
No, I heard he like. I haven't watched any preseason.
So they have this guy who
Okay.
he wanted to play professional basketball, but he was only like 5'10", wasn't big enough, didn't get recruited to any colleges, so he went to a junior college, didn't make the team. Like they were like, no, thank you. So he decided to run track, makes the team, but then gets in a car accident, so he gets cut. He loses his spot because he can't run because he's got to, recover. And so he decides the next year to play football, and I don't think he'd ever really played football before. And after one season, he was an All-American kick returner in junior college football, and the next year he led the country. And so he made like all these highlight tapes. He used his own money and drove and flew to all these different SEC schools, tried to get anybody to watch the tape. They all said, no, we're not interested. And so he's like, okay, I'll try out for the Canadian Football League. Does a tryout, doesn't get a call back. He goes, okay, I'll try out for arena football. Does a tryout, doesn't get a call back. He's playing like organized flag football in Miami, and hears from a friend of a friend that the Browns are holding like a invite only tryout, and gets the address, does research on the Browns player personnel, and just goes there and lies his way in. Says, oh no, I was invited. I should be on the list. I know this person. Goes and finds that guy, tells him his story, and the guy's like, you know what? Fuck it. It's one more body. You can go ahead and try out. Does his tryout. 30 minutes later, gets a call, and they're like, yeah, come to Cleveland. We want you to do the tryout for real. And so he's like completely broke. He's maxed out his credit cards. So he goes to Cleveland, and he has to sleep outside. Like he can't afford a hotel room, can't afford to eat. He's charging his phone at a laundromat. And the first game, he returns a punt like 65 yards or something for a touchdown. First time he touches the ball, and the whole team, like they know his story, they get off the bench and they just jump on top of him. It's like the most beautiful thing.
First of all, are you crying right now, Brenton?
It was amazing. Okay, this is my generation's Mark Wahlberg in that Eagles movie. Okay,
Invincible,
this is our Vince Papale.
Okay, well, I hate to bust your bubble, but what are the chances this guy actually makes the fucking team?
Well, the guy said he's still a long shot, but if he makes the team, he's like the greatest sports story ever. So
great if he makes the team.
If he makes a
scenario,
he's probably not going to make
great tape.
He's not going to make the team, but you know what? He had that touchdown, and that's enough. Disney has enough source material now. They just ended after
someone else will pick him up. Yes, and then he'll have a name for himself.
But
and he'll move on to the Canadian Football League.
If he moves the ball 15 yards every time he touches it, they're not going to cut him. He'll at least be practice squad, and make a little bit of money.
Dude, yeah, because the Browns aren't loaded on offense. I'm sure they can just hold. They had Josh Cribbs and they had to get rid of him because that's you can't hold on to just a punt returner.
No.
No one does that anymore.
But you want a guy with that kind of heart on the team. That's how you win.
Oh, yeah.
Even if he doesn't
you
play.
Put that guy's effort and spirit into half the guys who have athletic ability and, forget it.
Well, this guy's legit. His 40 time was, I think, the 5th fastest, they said, of any of the receivers that were drafted this year. Like at the NFL Combine, he had the 5th fastest of those guys.
Oh, so he got into the Combine?
No. But his 40 time at their tryout, there were only 4 guys that were faster than him. So he has speed.
At the Combine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so of all the guys that were drafted, he's like the 5th fastest. So it could happen. He could be,
I don't know,
be like a Steve Tasker.
Multiple leagues missed out on him. A lot of scouts passed him over. I'm sure they saw some things in him.
Yeah.
He's got obviously great athleticism, but what are you going to do? I just don't. I think it's going to be a thing where he had a great day and a great game. Hopefully, he has another great game. I don't even know what week are they. Are they doing season week 2?
This is week 2. Yeah.
Right? Okay.
I think that starts, today's Wednesday, so I think that starts tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll get more touches in that game. Who knows? I mean, but I think it's less than 10% he makes the team.
Yeah, probably.
And
but
I just, you're happy that you hope it works out for him, but cautiously optimistic. By the way, speaking of athletic ability, I had an idea.
Okay.
One of the few things I'm getting over here is I get a couple of friends send me stuff about this Bagel Boy guy. Did you ever hear this Bagel Boy story, Brenton?
Are you talking about the short guy that had a meltdown?
Yeah, the bagel place on Long Island.
Yeah.
Well, they're setting up a celebrity boxing situation, and they're having a hard time finding someone to fight him. I think it'd be really great exposure, 1, for the podcast, 2, for you, 3, for all things comedy, and 4, I think they were offering at least $5,000 and a part of the box or whatever, or the winnings. I'm sure you can negotiate something like that. I mean, I don't. What are your feelings on that? How do you feel about fighting another? By the way,
Steve,
that guy's a real piece of shit, so you don't really have to worry about and he's not
No. I was gonna let me cut you off and say this. Okay. I'm not the star power on this show. They're gonna want star power. They're gonna want somebody more that guy's age. It's a little bit more of a fair fight. And they kind of want to see a bigger dude go up against him. They want to see him get his ass kicked. So they're not going to want a guy who's his exact same size, just 20 years younger, and isn't as famous. I mean, they'd be doing really well if they got Kevin from the league.
Well, first of all, I'm about, I don't know, a foot bigger than this guy. And
yeah, it'd be hilarious.
That's not really what look, here's the deal. What you just said to me sounds a lot like wishy-washy kind of, look, I'm not sure if I could this man.
If I got to fight the guy, I'll fight the guy. I'm just saying, give the people what they want. They want to see Kevin from the league. They don't want to see Brenton from, the basement with Danish and O'Neill.
What? How dare you? How fucking dare you, Brenton? From the Danish and O'Neill basement show.
Yeah, I was in a sketch for 14 seconds. I got stabbed to death.
You've been on this podcast every single episode, more than I have. How dare you? You use them as a reference. My arch enemy? Can I play you right now a clip? A clip that I was just stumbled upon very recently. And you know what, Brenton? My back is starting to clench up just because of. Why are you aggravating? Okay, listen to this. This is the Jeremiah Wanderers podcast. Danish and O'Neill doing impressions of comedians.
Ari, I actually saw you. You came out naked when Roy Wood Jr. called you onto the stage during the comedy jam.
Yeah, he couldn't stop looking at my cock.
Actually, he was pretty terrified, Ari.
Yeah, he was.
He instantly regretted.
Wait, Ari, this is Steve Rannazzisi. I went to Shafir's here.
Wow, how'd you get invited to a Shafir fan reunion?
Because they do the house, and they do the house was really me to pronounce. So, what is it?
You motherfuckers! These motherfuckers. I told them. I already emailed them. I said, "Do you want to? When I get back to the States, it's on. I'm going to go on their podcast and I'm going to deal with all their fucking riffraff, all their." Because I was like, "Oh, we'll do a cross thing." They were like, "Oh yeah, we'll do a cross." I go, "No. First, I'm going to go on yours. Then you're going to come on mine. Then you're going to face the wrath." That's not even a good impression. Do you think that's a good impression, Brenton?
Well, it was very muffled. You'll have to actually play it here on the show because coming all the way from Scotland, it just sounds like a robot fucking another robot.
Can you send that to Brenton and I, and we'll
yeah,
play it again?
If you send it
over
to
on
me, I
this
can
side?
play it.
That was pretty unintelligible.
It's on Jeremiah. It's on Jeremiah Watkins' page, and it's like the fourth thing down. Comics talking to other comics
On his Instagram?
So I guess we're on his podcast, and he does that thing where he fakes phone calls from other people, and O'Neill throws that impression of me in there. This is and then they had a whole episode about it last week. A whole episode. About,
Where is that?
Emma, have you heard of speech impediment from me, by the way? Did I ask you this already?
Bill Clinton invented iTunes,
Hang on
bro.
a second,
Check it out.
Steve.
Google it.
So, Ari, I actually saw you at Skankfest. You came out naked when Roy Wood Jr. called you onto the stage
Yeah, he loved it.
during the comedy jam.
Yeah, he couldn't stop looking at my cock and asshole.
Actually, he was pretty terrified, Ari.
Yeah, he was. He definitely was.
He instantly regretted calling you to the stage.
Wait, sorry, this is Steve Rannazzisi. I'm with the Shafirs here.
Wow, how'd you get invited to a Shafir family reunion, Steve?
Because they do it within the Alps,
What
and they knew
is
that
so
Alps was
fucking
really hard
funny?
for me to pronounce, so,
Wanted to call into the show real quick.
All right, I'm going to be honest. That doesn't sound anything like you.
It didn't sound anything like
Thank
you, but it was
you.
funny.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's not accurate. But it was funny.
At all. I wish I could see your face, Em, because I can't tell if you're being sarcastic.
No,
or
I'm not
she's
being
she's
sarcastic.
being
I'm being
genuine.
genuine.
Looking right at her, she's being genuine.
Our Wi-Fi connection's not great, right?
It's not great,
It's
but
not
it's
the
not
best,
bad.
but I mean, it's a pretty far distance to send your face. So.
Speaking of future guests on podcast, Steve, I have a great story for you, and I want to break it here on What's the Odds. So Brian,
Right.
all things comedy director here, very talented person, Brian Barczewski.
Yep.
So
Uh-huh.
he is in a group chat with a couple other baseball fans, and they talk baseball, and that's all they do in this thread. And his brother, at the start of the year, said that Jeff McNeil is going to suck for the Mets, and if he hit over 300, he would blow another one of their friends named Arnold. Jeff McNeil is currently hitting 332. And we
Doesn't
only
he
have
lead the National League?
Yes, sir. He is currently hitting 332. So we want to have Brian and his brother on, only his brother will not know what we're going to be talking about. We're just going to say we're going to talk Yankees, Mets, end of the season, baseball recap episode. We know you guys are super fans, want to have you on. We will have Arnold standing by, and we will do the reveal to him on the show. We got to make that happen.
Oh my God, dude! We're gonna rape a man on our show, dude.
Yes.
This is unbelievable. We're gonna
Facebook.
orally.
Live.
Oh my
Can
God!
that go on Facebook
Probably
Live?
not. No.
Well, if Ari can show what he shows, we don't have
That's
to show
true.
the actual fellatio. We can just kind of
That's fair.
play by play it. I mean, like people didn't want to see us eat meatballs, really, not necessarily, but
I
know.
did.
But I'll say this. There were probably not a lot of Jeff McNeil fans before this podcast started. I think there are a whole lot more right now. Jeff McNeil just needs to hit
Dude, what if he goes
301.
to
He's at
unbelievable stuff?
332 right now.
yeah.
It's going to
I
happen.
mean, he's one of the young Mets that's like keeping the team afloat.
Yep.
That team, I don't know. I mean, when I left for Europe, they were the best team since the All-Star break, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are they still
They
on a run?
lost last night. They've kind of cooled down slightly, but they're still in it. They could still make
Yeah,
a
I mean,
wild
I've
card.
been watching the Yankees every game because I get that, but some of them, they don't go on to midnight most of the time here. So,
By the way, did you see the Yankees
yeah, I
slugging
mean-
percentage against the Orioles is the second best for a season all time?
dude, you know what Gleyber Torres is doing to the Baltimore Orioles? exactly what that guy's going to do to the loser of that bet, that Jeff McNeil bet, dude.
Yeah.
He is a one-man show. He's got 13, I think, 12 or 13 home runs against the Orioles themselves.
Just
something
stupid.
like 28 RBIs against the Orioles. Something like 40 hits. Something ridiculous, dude. Like a ridiculous amount of abuse against, almost to the point where if the bases aren't loaded, they're putting 4 fingers down on this guy.
Yeah.
They're not pitching to him. It's remarkable to see against one team. I mean, the Orioles are bad, but I mean, it's like the Yankees are doing exactly what they have to do. They're beating up on the bad team when they need to, creating space in August so you can kind of get your shit together in September, and you're not fucking fighting for your lives. Even though Houston again is coming back to the point where now it's like we're gonna fight with them for home field advantage because I don't want Game 7 at Minute wherever the fuck the
Minute Maid.
Astros play.
Yeah.
I don't want it down in Houston. I want everything in Yankee Stadium.
Well,
and I also think that games against the Dodgers are going to be really important for overall because the Yankees and the Dodgers have the same record there too. So those 3 games in it's like 2 weekends from now are going to be huge, even though they're not. So get them out of the way now and let's coast into September. Best record in baseball. Get everyone back healthy again. Which if everyone, I mean, look, I don't even know if we want Cameron Maybin stepping up for the Yankees in a big way and in a role coming off the bench. Like, it's like all these guys are just stepping up, really next man up mentality. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So if we got everyone healthy, we're good to go. But
yeah,
I'm very happy with the way they're
16
playing.
straight against the Orioles is crazy. 16
nuts.
straight wins.
I don't think the Orioles have won at Yankee Stadium in forever.
Yeah.
Or the Yankees have beat them like 20 games in a row in Camden. It's something like it's just one-sided for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I couldn't be happier about it. If you're going to have a shit team in the league, you might as well be in your division so you could beat up on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that. By the way, that bet. Why specifically Jeff McNeil? Like, what was it about Jeff McNeil?
I don't think it wasn't a bet that was made. He just said that Jeff McNeil is going to suck, and everyone was like, "You're crazy. He's going to be good." And he said, "If that guy hits 300, I'll blow Arnold." So now he's going to have to blow Arnold.
Got it. Damn, dude, that's a big. Oh my God!
But we're going to Jerry Springer him. He's not going to know why he's on. He's just going to think we're going to talk
Is he a gay man?
fun baseball. No, he's got a wife and a child. He's got a young daughter.
I don't know. I mean, should we give him time to practice? Are we going to make him do it right then, Mister?
I mean, we could get him. We've got plenty of those controlled chaos dildos here, so
Sure.
you could try out on one of those.
Man. Well, you know what? Oh shit! The fireworks going off. They do these fireworks at nights that it's not raining here. Just like these, like 12 o'clock, they fire off the cannons, or whatever time it is, 10 o'clock, 10 shots. It's nuts. They love firing cannons here, bro. It's like a city that's like 20,000 years old. I went to a pub. They were like, I go, man, this place is old. It's wood. It's like hundreds of years old. She goes, this was built in 1350.
Jesus.
I was like, God, shit. It was 1,000 years old, 800 years old.
What was the health rating?
Oh, they have no codes around here. But you know what? You would think that the bathrooms. I've been testing the bathrooms out. I got as a fat American coming to see. They've been doing a good job. They've been doing a real good job. I thought I was gonna have big issues. I got flatmates that don't know me. This is my first impression I'm letting out here. Oh, they did think it was weird, by the way, when I said I loved you guys when I left last week. I don't even know why I said that myself. So they're like, were you talking to your family? And I was like, no. Those are my podcast people. But I could say out loud.
It's okay. You just missed us. You're lonely. You're out in Scotland.
Did you get to watch any of the Hard Knocks, by the way?
No, I'm going to binge it. I don't want to watch it ahead of time because it's going to influence how I draft. And I don't want it to influence anything. I don't like.
Or do we set everything up? Are we good to go?
Well, would you want to do a 10 team, a 12 team, or a 14, and who's in, who's out? How are we going to decide that?
Well, I say this: anyone that's put in interest to be in it, that wants to. So the people that we have online, make it as big as you make it. Let's make it big.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's push it to the max, dude. We can always trim it back. I'm sure you got like 7 or 8 people online, right?
Yeah, I've
It's
got,
me and you.
The ones you sent me, I have probably 5 or 6 that reached out. We've got Lucas and Josh want to do it. And Emma, I don't know if you want to do it. I know it's not your thing. So
The league thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do it if you want, but I'm going to be a complete idiot about it.
We shouldn't have Emma do it.
I can be the I can be the third party referee.
What?
I don't know. I don't know how any of it works.
So Emma's not going to do it.
I'm not going to do it.
So I think we'll do like a 14 team.
Yeah, I guess
I'll reach out to these guys and we'll set up the draft for the Wednesday before the season starts, and we'll do it live because you'll be back by then, and we'll do it here. And if when I reach out, if they say yes, I can be available from 2 to 4 to do the draft, so we can do it real quick. Then they're in.
But
and
wait,
if they're not,
the season starts on Thursday, dude. So you want to do the day before the draft?
Yeah, why not?
The day, yeah, right. Perfect. I love that.
Yeah.
Because I'll be back.
I mean, if you're back a week earlier,
4th?
I believe.
Wait,
so.
is that September 4th? The only thing is, I know I'm doing Lights Out with David Spade on September 4th. So I don't know what time that shoots. Comedy Central, David Spade, Lights Out.
Well, we can maybe do the podcast at a different time that day because I'm thinking it's probably going to take us longer. So 9/5 is week 1. So maybe we do it on a different day when you're back, or we do it at a different time on Wednesday to work around the Lights Out, because it's probably going to take longer than an hour to get through. If we're doing 14 teams.
14 teams, figure it out about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
It's gonna take a while.
I'll find out about Lights Out and we'll figure it out. Maybe it's in the morning or later in the afternoon. Great, yeah, because that way we can have as many listeners as we can possibly.
So those of you that have been tuning in every week and have reached out to me on Instagram, I'll be messaging you to
Ligny
make
wants
sure.
Too.
Oh, he just tried to invite me to another league. So Ligny's in, but
I know, me too. But I'm focused on this one.
This is the one with the stakes. He said he wants to do a no stakes. No stakes, no thank you. What's the point? Then it's just stress for no reason.
Absolutely. Who needs that in their lives? Question for you.
Yes.
Any more movement with the wedding, getting it in Buffalo? Did you ever pull the trigger on submitting yourself as a couple?
No, we did not. I got an earful about that. That's not happening.
I'm sorry to bring up a bad subject, Brenton.
She did not want that at all. So it's
wait a minute.
I know.
Didn't want her special shared.
She didn't want me to have the greatest moment of my life in front of my closest 80,000 friends and fans. So we're selfishly just going to have a small wedding here in California. That's going to cost us a buttload of money.
Have you rethought your nuptials as a whole?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That's how it'll be. That's how I'll lead it off with. This was my second choice of a venue. And I'm not happy to see you all here. Would have been happier if we were in Buffalo, New York. With Tom
during
Brady.
A route. Wouldn't it be great if it was like the greatest game ever, and like that couple,
oh my God,
just something glorious happened to them.
You know, I've been reading a lot about the Bills and their chances this year, and I know it's a long shot, but a few people that are supposed experts are saying, don't underestimate the Bills. They might actually be good this year. They could take down the Patriots.
Yeah, how's the quarterback look?
He looks good. He looked good, week 1. He was in for, I think, 1 or 2 series. He was 6 for 11 for 70 yards, but he was accurate. His timing was good. He looks really good. So,
have there been any major injuries yet? In the league, across the league? Any torn ACLs, or this guy's out for?
Let's see.
Any movement on Ezekiel Elliott or also Melvin Gordon too? Because those are going to factor in, dude. I was the one that called it last year.
They're saying Melvin Gordon might go to the Bears.
What?
Yeah. They're saying Ezekiel Elliott might leave Dallas because him and Dak are both holding out. Clowney is being rumored to be traded very shortly from Houston. He might go
to the Giants, hopefully.
Maybe the Giants, but I think the Eagles were the front runner last I saw on Twitter. The Bills were like a rumor, but that was just a fucking podcast host that tweeted out that he was going to go to Buffalo and they were close, and that's apparently
did he
not
get drafted by Buffalo?
No, he got drafted by Houston.
By Houston, yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I've seen a couple videos of the Giants. I watched the highlights of their first preseason game. I mean, the kid was 5 for 5, Daniel Jones, threw a touchdown, but one series. Okay, great. Went 5 for 5. Cautiously optimistic. The videos are sending out online are like, they're like the ones they send out online. You don't send out
they're going to cut the good stuff.
Yeah, and the ones where
they're going to make it look
he
like
looks
he's
like
an
he's
all-star.
not getting that he's getting pressured, but he's not because he's wearing the red jersey.
But I guess the biggest injury issue right now is Andrew Luck has a high ankle issue, so he's maybe not going to be 100% when the season starts. But yeah, it's just the trade rumors right now, and then who knows if Antonio Brown's going to come back? Who knows if Zeke and Dak are going to sign with the with the Cowboys and get going, or if they're going to keep holding out? And Melvin Gordon probably will leave Los Angeles.
Fuck.
So you're what?
I think I'm losing you. Sorry, hold on.
There you are.
You still see me?
Yeah, I can still see you.
Can you hear me too?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Are we back?
Yeah.
We're
Very
back.
fuzzy on my end.
We're back.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. We need help on defense for the Giants. I would hope Ezekiel Elliott does not sign with the Cowboys. That's a great holdout for the Giants. Not that I, think it's going to make a huge difference, but I'd rather play, opening day without an Ezekiel Elliott. But yeah,
I don't
just
see
worried.
that happening though. I think they're either going to sign him or they're going to trade him for some value before they get to week 1. I don't see him missing games.
Trade him, but I mean, even he hasn't even practiced or anything. So even if you get traded, it's like, you get him week 1, but he's not going to be the Ezekiel Elliott that knows the system, and that's going to be rough.
Okay, well, let's say this, Steve. Let's say this: you're the third pick in the fantasy draft, and Barkley and Christian McCaffrey are off the table. Are you taking Zeke?
No, I called it last year, dude. In the punch drunk, some guy took Le'Veon Bell in the first round. I was like, dude, he's going to hold out. This guy's serious.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're doing the power shift that the NBA did a couple years ago, where they were like, because baseball I never watched it happen. I just saw Don Mattingly made $5 million one day, and I was like, man, free agents, and you can create your own contracts, and the agents were aggressive. But it seemed like in the NBA, all the teams had the power until these guys started getting together and making their own super teams, which is, you can argue is good or bad for the league. But they took the power back from the owners, and they were like, I'll sit out a year. I've got 2 years left of my contract. I want more money now. So I think all these other sports are taking notice of this, and they're saying we got to take more power, especially in the NFL, where the teams and the ownership has all the fucking power. I mean, out of all these sports, they have the most amount of control of their players, of their league, of their brand. And so I think that these guys are really trying to say, you know what, fuck you, dude. You want to test me? I'll sit out a whole goddamn year. I'll take it. I'm only going to get, I'm not going to get younger, but I'm not going to get physically damaged for 18 games or 16 games or whatever it is. And so I'll take my chances. Now, we'll see how it plays out this year with Le'Veon Bell and the Jets. The Jets, they got a pretty good team. They got a good quarterback. I don't know if the offensive line is that good, but he could have there's no excuses for him not to have a good season. I think he's healthy. It looked like he's had a pretty good preseason. I saw some highlights of that game, but he'll be sort of the litmus test of how these guys come back after sitting a year. without an injury. But if he does play well and he does live up to even 90% of what Le'Veon Bell is capable of, well, then that is even more of a reason for Ezekiel Elliott to sit out.
Yeah.
Say, you know what? Fuck that, dude. I'm 6, 7, 8 years younger than that guy. Arguably the best running back in football. Same thing with Melvin Gordon. And so why not take that fucking stand where I'll say, I'll sit out for a year. You guys, we all lose, but I'm serious about this. I want a contract. I want to get paid now. I want that guaranteed money so that when I tear my ACL or something else happens, I'm covered. And so, fuck no, I'm not taking Ezekiel Elliott. I'm taking. I want one of those first 2 picks. I got a game plan. I'm already starting to work out. Don't ask me.
Well, how are we going to do the draft order? How's that going to work?
That's a good question.
Because
I know that's good.
We kind of know a few of these guys just from them calling in or just commenting every week. But I don't know if any of them even live in California or how we even determine who goes first, who goes 14th.
Dick size, we can do that. And sorry, you're probably gonna lose, but
I got a huge dick.
That's true. Actually, you might win.
I got that big dick energy.
That's true. You got that BDE. If anyone on this podcast has, it's you.
Our buddy,
I don't know.
Our buddy Michael Linklater says there's a randomizer on Fantasy Pros, so we can just put in the names, I guess, and randomize it.
Is that fun?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's a more fun way to figure out how to get everybody.
Yeah. I'm sure we can beat the randomizer by
worst case scenario, we can just randomize it.
Yeah, but we might be able to beat that idea between now and September 4. I'll think about it. Yeah, I'm excited about it, though. I'm getting excited for football. Why? Why am I getting excited for a sport that I know will be extinct in probably 30 years? I don't know.
We're seeing the last few great seasons before that happens. Before the CTE takes over and the NFL's bankrupt. And I don't know. I mean, I think fantasy football is going to keep it alive much longer than it would have lasted without it.
Well, plus gambling and all the money, the influx. Like, we all think like, oh, the NFL's taking a hit. You have no idea what these teams are going to start to come up with as far as monopolizing and cashing in on the betting and keeping the money instead of Las Vegas getting all the money. They did a smart move, I thought, this week by signing a deal with Jay-Z and Rock Nation to produce the halftime show.
Yep.
That gave a lot of like, hey, fuck these people for doing the halftime show. Now you got Jay-Z's blessing. Jay-Z picked you. You're good with everyone. So now you can do the halftime show. I was like, wow, I don't even know that was a big deal. But yeah, that's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
I mean, I can't even imagine how much money they gave him, but still, it's like ridiculous. So I'm thinking today's Wednesday. So preseason games, do they do them all on the weekend, or they do them?
No, they start. I have. I think there's a game tonight. Oh no, excuse me. There's Thursday. There's 5 games. Friday there's like 4 games, and then Saturday there's a few more. And then they're playing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sunday there's 2. Monday there's 1. So they just space it out.
Dude, talk about. Sorry, quick to change subject. I started watching a new show that's like killing my time here. The Boys on Amazon Prime. Did you see it? Have you ever watched it?
I've seen ads all over town. It's good.
Fucking awesome, dude. It's really good.
What's it about?
Really good. It's sort of. Superheroes meet Breaking Bad. Meet Deadpool. It's got a real. It's
Is it the
funny.
guys that hunt like superheroes?
Kind of, yes. I don't want to give anything away. There's a reason. You got superheroes who are not exactly the best people in the world.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what we're talking. Yeah. They've been corporatized. Is that a word? Corporatized?
Yeah, so it's like Dexter meets superheroes.
Yeah. You know what? It reminded me of like when I watched, first of all, did you ever see those ads during the fires for private firemen? There's like a private company that will come and protect your house. Like privatized firemen. Like you could call these people up and they will come and like keep your house fine. And I was like, damn, that's like Like rich people could just start calling up their own fucking private fucking. But anyway, this show is like privatized superheroes where they're like, you can hire them to protect your land, and shit gets, shit goes wrong as usual. But yeah, it was like I got through I binged them all in like 2 days. It's 8 episodes. Check it out. I think you'll like it.
Okay.
Em, have you watched it?
What's it called?
The Boys.
No, I have not.
Okay.
I had to yell at her.
Couldn't tell if you can hear me. What else did I have on my list? Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about this week?
I've got Super Bowl odds if you want to put money down on a long shot together, but not the Bills or the Giants.
Who's the shot?
The Miami Dolphins are 500 to 1. The Bills and the Giants are both 100 to 1. You got the Cardinals at 300 to 1. The Titans, Redskins, Buccaneers, Lions, Bengals, Jets, all 100 to 1. And then more in the realm of possibility, you have the Texans are 40 to 1, Ravens 40 to 1, Niners 40 to 1, Panthers 40 to 1. The odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl right now are the Patriots, and the Chiefs are both 6 to 1.
Let me tell you, the team out of all those teams you just mentioned, the team I like the most for the value is the Jets at 100 to 1. I'm just saying, if everything works out with the Jets, if it all goes well with the Jets and everything's clicking, I think that team could dethrone the Patriots in the AFC.
Somebody's dethroning the Patriots this year. It's probably not the Dolphins. I really think it's going to be either the Jets or the Bills, and I agree the Jets are probably in a better position to do that. But the Patriots are going down this year. And that's if Tom Brady stays healthy, because he's a year older, he's a year more fragile. They're not going to be the Kings much longer.
Dude, I like that Jets at 100 to 1. To throw $100 on the Jets to win, with 10 grand, that's a pretty good value bet.
Yeah.
Out of all the numbers you said just quickly I was listening to, that to me makes the most sense. I would say the Jets at 100 to 1. I mean, look, I don't think the Jets are going to win the Super Bowl, but I think out of all those teams, they have the best chance. And at 100 to 1, that's the best value.
Well, Steve, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? Because that's where we should be putting the money.
I really wish I knew more. I'd seen more up until this point. Right now, I think all things being even, no major injuries or anything, I still like. I like the Rams. What are the Rams?
The Rams are 10 to 1.
10 to 1 is, that's pretty much where I would have put them. But I'm trying to get a value versus what I think. I think the Rams are going to be really good again. I think the Patriots at 6 to 1.
You got the Browns at 20 to 1. That's not terrible. And then, the Falcons or the Texans at 40 to 1 is not bad either. Either one of those teams could make some noise. The Seahawks are 30 to 1. The Vikings 25 to 1. They have the Cowboys at 20 to 1, but I don't think that's going to happen since you have two major holdouts. And then the Jaguars, who knows? Maybe Foles is what they've been missing. They're 50 to 1.
They're 50 to 1, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, is their defense? It got worse. It's not what it was when it was lights out a couple of years ago, but I don't know how much worse. They still got that mouthy Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
Who's a great player.
Mm-hmm.
Calais Campbell was unbelievable there, but he left. I'm just, you never know. Foles is like a catalyst. He gets the team moving, and like you said, if you get him on a good side, you get him all behind him, he can lead a team.
Yep.
At 50 to 1, that's another good value, but I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl. I'm trying to think of right now someone but you know what? It's fucking stupid to think who's going to win the Super Bowl. I got to see one game first. I got to
watch a fucking game so we can make an educated guess.
I mean, it's not. No one's going to make an educated guess right now. All things being equal, yeah, I guess the fucking Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl.
You're supposed to be Vegas Steve, man. The people are listening. They want to know where to put all their money.
Huh?
I got people messaging in. They want to know
right now.
Where should we put our mortgages, Steve? Where are we putting our rent money? Where are we putting our college education fund? We need to know, Steve.
Into a bank.
No, Steve. A bank. We want to gamble.
By the way, don't put it in the stock market. It went down 800 fucking points today because, guess what? what's the odds we're going to have a recession in the next year?
It's
I think pretty fucking good.
pretty good.
Pretty good, dude.
Perfect, perfect time for me to buy
Don't
a
put it in the
house.
stock market. Here's what I'm just saying. Like, all things are still equal right now. No one has gotten hurt. No one has played a game yet. So with that being said, it's like, how could you say the Patriots, if you had to play one team right now or pick one team to win a game, I'm going to take Tom Brady and the fucking Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the boring answer. It's the answer that nobody wants to hear. It's the answer that's not going to make you any money. But right now, it makes the most sense because they haven't played any games yet. No one's gotten hurt, so it's not like any game changes have happened off season. I mean, Gronk retired, so yeah, I guess that's going to affect him a little bit, but not enough to make me go, "Hey, I'm going to take anyone else."
Play that much last year, though. He was hurt a lot last year. Gronk, he wasn't a huge factor.
Now, if Tom Brady breaks his leg and he's out for 6 or 7 games,
they're done.
That changes a lot.
Yeah, they're done. The Bills win that game. I regret not getting married there forever for my entire life.
Which is why, because I think it's like if you take the Jets at 100-1, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a good team behind you that you're not sure of what it's capable of, but then you're one injury away from being probably the best team in the league, regardless. Yeah. So, I'm not saying the Jets are going to win the Super Bowl, but if you want to make some money and long shot, that's not really that big of a long shot right now. I'm saying take the Jets, as much as it fucking pains me, even though I'm a Giants fan. But you know what? I don't really fucking hate the Jets. There's no big. I hate the Redskins, hate the fuck Cowboys, but the Jets I don't really care about.
I think in 2019 you can't say I hate the Redskins on a podcast. Someone's going to isolate that and use it against you, but I'm not giving Danish and O'Neill ideas or anything. I'm just saying that's a dangerous thing to say.
The number one bestiality podcast. Please.
So yeah, we will. How about we go 1 week? We see what the teams look like. We do our own analysis, and then we determine where we're going to put our money this year.
Great. Let's do it. I missed the beginning of what you said, but I'm on board.
It wasn't important. It wasn't important. You got the gist of it.
I think I probably just got suckered into a bet like our guy, Brian's brother's friend.
Yeah, and if we win big, you can finally buy that anteater costume we've been waiting for.
Dude, we gotta wait. I mean, like, you gotta rub that in.
Yeah.
How do we still not have an anteater costume?
I don't know.
That was like a year ago.
I actually had a friend whose daughter graduated from UC Irvine, and the anteater was at the graduation. I was like, "Hey, just tell the anteater we need the fucking costume for a day."
We just gotta show up at an event and just steal it.
You want to kidnap the anteater?
Anybody out there? we want your anteater. We'll hijack and we'll take the anteater.
So we're gonna kidnap an anteater mascot and just like derobe him and leave him like in his underwear somewhere and take his costume?
Yes.
Yeah, Em, what's the fucking problem with that?
I'm just clarifying the plan so I can get my kidnapping gear ready.
I'm gonna have to wait till I get my cortisone shot because I'm not gonna be able to run away very fast. If there's a getaway, I'm gonna need to be carried or assisted.
Am I gonna have to push you through the half marathon? We'll get you like a little jogger stroller.
No, you're witnessing the greatest comeback story of all time, ladies and gentlemen. From a crippled mess in Scotland to victorious in the rocks of Joshua Tree.
The trees of Joshua.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I have to go get some food now. It's 11 o'clock here and everything closes, so I have to get some food.
All right.
Before everything.
Well, I think we got a lot done. I'll reach out to you guys about the league. We'll figure out the draft order. I'll set it up and start inviting people. And yeah.
Do you have a...
What's that?
What?
I was going to say we have to figure out what the stakes are going to be. If there's a buy-in, if there's consequences for the person who comes in last, if there's a thing between you and I on where we finish, and then what the person who comes in first wins.
Absolutely. I think we should bet on all those things. I know I'm going to beat you.
Okay.
Okay.
Just because you
What is that
just
face?
because just because
That's a weird
you
face
were
you
an
made.
actor on a show about fantasy football doesn't mean you're an expert.
I was the commissioner of a TV show about fantasy football.
But somebody wrote
Wait,
all those lines that you were saying, all the information you had.
Bullshit! It was an improvised show, and I was the only one that had basic football information. I don't that amongst ourselves, and I never won that league, and was beaten by Katie, who played my wife, who never played fantasy football before.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean I'm not going to kick your fucking ass,
Okay.
Cinderella,
All right.
Maybe I should play.
motherfucker.
Yeah, you should play, Em.
I'll kick everyone's ass.
Emma, you're now in.
Beginner's luck.
We'll have M choose the order somehow or another.
Yeah.
Somehow or another, to figure out a way that she can get involved and choose the order. Now I'm upset. I need some wine. I'm gonna hobble over to the. There's a fucking
Go
main
crawl
restaurant.
to the bar.
Go to that winery from 1100.
The worst part is that I go to restaurants, I can't even sit down. I sit down for 10 minutes and I have to get up and walk around the
you just,
fucking
like-
restaurant.
Can you just like hang out at the bar where it's like normal to stand?
Yeah, but those are like packed pubs, so it's like I'm getting bumped into and jostled around, and
Got
like
it.
everyone
Not to
that
mention, there's fireworks going off.
Do they have like high
well,
tops so you
let's
can
sit
like
down.
stand at a high top?
normal person. No, I don't get the. No, I don't. I don't get special treatment here.
There's
Nobody knows who I
there's
am.
nowhere you can go to get a cortisone shot over there.
I don't. It's in the spine. I only had it done once. It was 10 years ago, and I know it because it was like this week. It was the premiere of the league. We were starting to shoot the league, and I got the cortisone shot like right around now. And so, because I was like, I don't know, maybe stress brought it on. Who the fuck knows?
There's a lot of
But all I
traveling
know
too.
is
Yeah, that is a lot of
it
sitting.
is.
That's what my dad, when his sciatica like flares up, it's usually when he's done something like where he had to sit for an extended period of time. I wonder if it was your flight.
Dude, I don't know. But all I know is I'm in pain. So I don't want to get, it's like a deal. Like I got this doctor that did it. I'm going to call him up and I want him to do it again because it worked out really well. I don't want some fucking Scotsman shoving a needle into my
Who
spine.
knows? Their medical care system might be better than ours. It's probably cheaper.
Might be.
It's probably
My
cheaper.
spine we're talking about. Em.
No, I'm not saying take a gamble on your spine. Say maybe
I know.
do
That's
some,
why I don't want to
maybe do
leave here
some
like Steve
research.
talking. Christ. All right.
Good luck.
I'll let you know how it goes, guys. Yeah, get a guest for next week.
Okay.
Even though I'll for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
I'll
see.
have a
We'll
guess for next week. And tell your
Yeah.
flatmates we love them.
I will. I'm going to tell them, like, I didn't say I love you guys this time, so. By the way, Brenton, do you have any dates? Are you on the road?
No, I'm moving into my house in 2 weeks, so I'm in LA. I'm dealing with contractors. They're laying floor today, so.
Oh, shit. Congratulations.
Thank
I had
you.
no idea.
I'll be at the store a bunch. I'll be at the Ice House next Wednesday. So I'm around.
Good. If you're in Scotland or the UK area, please come see my show. Please forget A True 9/11 Story. It's at the Caves Big Room every day, 4:30 in the afternoon, 16:30 for all you Europeans. It's a free show. Tell someone you know that lives there.
And that is,
People are enjoying it.
that's in
and it's getting bigger
Scotland,
for every-
not Ireland.
Not in Ireland. I was in Ireland for a day, but thanks for noticing. But now I'm in Scotland. Guys, have a good week. I'll talk to you later. And peace out.
See you, Steve.
Bye.
Go fuck yourselves.
Thank you very much for joining me. How you been? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Steve Rannazzisi. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. I'm Steve Rannazzisi. Lit. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. I'm Steve Rannazzisi. What's the odds?